I wanted to just make a short little rant about something. Okay, what is with gamers being like so blinded by their friggin' nostalgia? It's like every single series in video games, well, for the most part, but every single series I see just has like the most whiniest fucking people. Like, if a game even dares do anything different from like the first game in the series, it gets trashed on horrendously. Like the freaking gamers whine about every little freaking thing. They talk about how the developers are like worse than Hitler. And like I've seen this way too many times that I've just had to make a rant video about it. Okay, this mainly was sparked because of Dawn of War 3. Okay, Dawn of War 3 is a fantastic new RTS. I don't care if you're not even into RTSs. The Dawn of War series is freaking great. Okay, and you see, Dawn of War 3 actually went back to the series roots. Okay, the first Dawn of War was, you know, a full-blown RTS. It was really great. Still one of the greatest RTSs of all time. The second Dawn of War made a complete change. It was more like, it wasn't really as much of a RTS as it was like a action RPG or something. Like, you just control a small squadron of troops. I see a whole bunch of nostalgia blinded fags just being all like, oh my god, the first one is better because they changed too much of the second one. Dude, the second one, I personally actually prefer the first one, but the second game was also actually pretty great. Okay, now for Dawn of War 3, they go back into the roots. They only have like the original 3 races so far. They'll probably release more in the expansions, just like they did in the first game. But yeah, so they go right back into the whole, you know, base building, controlling entire armies, that sort of thing, and a whole bunch of like old game mechanics from the first game. And there's still a whole bunch of people always just whining and complaining about how like it's so different and that like, oh, you ruined my childhood. There's some people that are saying that literally that it ruined their childhood. Dude, no fucking video game series is gonna ruin your childhood. Do you know how pathetic that freaking sounds like? Your entire childhood, your entire life does not depend on a fucking video game. Grow the fuck up. Okay, now that's just one series. I remember back then with Guild Wars 2. Oh my god, freaking Guild Wars 2. Okay, now I never played the first one. Alright. And I kept hearing it's great. But the entire first years, I kid you not, the entire first 2 years of Guild Wars 2 being out, all that it was just a whole bunch of nostalgia-blinded freaking morons always talking about how the first one was such a way better freaking game, and how the second one is they act like as if it's the embodiment of pure evil because they changed up too much stuff, even though that was actually their intention. Guild Wars 2 is nothing like Guild Wars 1. It has the same lore, but it's literally absolutely different. They're both still MMOs, but the first one isn't even really that much of an MMO. It's like a friggin' co-op friggin' RPG. I don't even know. It's not really even a MMO. Guild Wars 2 is actually a real MMO. Okay, so it's just always in the friggin' chats in the game, it's always people complaining about how like this game is worse than Hitler and that it started the Nazi regime. Of course, I don't mean that they would say that, but they make the game seem like it's the worst thing ever. Like it freaking raped their entire family. Like it raped and pillaged their entire freaking family. I even go back to play Guild Wars 1, and that game has not even aged that well. This is in my opinion. If anyone likes the first one, that's okay. It's a decent game, but I don't think it even touches the second one. I think the second one shits all over the first one. So that makes me think even more that these people are just being absolutely ridiculous. Let me show you some reviews. Okay, here's Dawn of War 3. Okay, it has mixed reviews, even though the game is actually absolutely fantastic. It's probably my new favorite, but I still love the first Dawn of War. But like, you know, I'm not freaking blinded by nostalgia, so you know, I actually welcome new changes and new games. And I'm not such a judgmental fucking faggot. Anyways, this game is actually really great. I just finished the campaign. Oh yeah, and it also has some of the best graphics in the RTS and some of the best graphics out there. And I shit you not, I know for sure, okay, you see the mixed reviews right there? I know for damn sure that this game will have amazing reviews, like on average, because you know, this is all based on average. It will have amazing reviews within a year or so. It will have very positive, mostly positive, probably even overwhelmingly positive, which is like the best you could get on Steam. Okay, you know why? Because I've seen this before. After all the nostalgia blinded people go away, then like you get something like this. Far Cry Primal also had mixed reviews. Oh, it was slammed by everybody. People were giving it so much shit because it didn't have guns, even though it's the freaking caveman ages. It was set in the friggin' Stone Age. I absolutely loved the idea. It was something absolutely different, and the game was actually fantastic. The game also happens to have some of the best graphics out there. But anyways, Far Cry Primal had like mixed reviews, just like Dawn of War 3. And now, what's it got right now? Pretty much like what I predict Dawn of War 3 to have. Now it has very positive and mostly positive views. This game used to have mixed reviews, just like Dawn of War 3, back at its launch, which was pretty much a year ago. Because of friggin' nostalgia blinded morons. And I mean, I also love the first few Far Cry games. I love Far Cry 3. Far Cry Primal, though, is like also really great. So now I have provided a few examples. I could give so many more. Seriously. Now there are some series that don't have like such a stupid rabid fan base that bitch about every little thing being changed from the first one. Okay, really though, people like gamers are just like they're just getting so freaking annoying. I mean, I'm complaining about other people complaining. I understand that, but it's just that like I actually have a reason. Okay, I'm talking about like the gaming community over here. They're just complaining about stupid video games. Okay, I think I have a much better reason to complain. And no, like really though, it just gets absolutely ridiculous. Enough with this toxicity. Seriously, open up your minds. Play some new games. Gaming is actually still good. There are still some crap out there that is like that has changed for the worse. Like, companies have been getting really greedy, you know, with the microtransactions, DLC, especially with free-to-play games. But gaming is actually still really great. It's time to not be that freaking critical. Stop taking video games so goddamn seriously. And just enjoy your video games. Thank you. It's the Loose Goose out.